What's up? I'm Obi Granger. This is my college presentation. This is project 4, task 1. Let's get it. So, this is my rationale. And after completing project 1 to 3, I've learned quite a lot. And I've decided to do a live performance for my project. We've done it before, and that's what me and the rest of my band are most comfortable with. We plan to make it better than last time, because there's definitely some things that we can improve on, like stage presence and all of that. Just needs more to do to get better. Yeah, I like to perform, so we're going to continue doing it. And I think everyone else in the band likes doing it, so that's what we're going to do. It'll give us more tools for the future. We can meet new people. I mean, we've met them already, but it'll give us a chance to get to know them better, what they do better, just give us more experience in the music industry. In the band, we've got people with all different types of music tastes. Like me, I like rap. Some people like emo, indie, rock. So we've been able to combine all of them and make our own sound with it when we're doing covers or even our own songs if we ever get the chance, which we have already done one. I mean, someone else wrote it, but yeah, we put our own spin on it type of thing. So, for a good performance, we're going to need some very productive rehearsals so we can give the audience the best show of their entire life. So, yeah, we'll be working with venue managers, sound, light engineers, which, like I said, will help with our professional communication. And I'm very confident that it will be great and we'll put on a great performance. So this is a project concept. My final major project is a collaborative live music performance at a local venue with my band, The Shrugs. Me and other band members sometimes switch instruments from bass to guitar because there's 2 guitar players, but someone's got to do bass, unfortunately. But to be fair, after doing some college, I've been learning to get quite fond of bass, and I don't actually mind it that much anymore. So it's as follows. Me, I'm going to be doing guitar and bass. Danny, she's also doing guitar and bass, we're going to be switching. Frankie, she's on vocals, sometimes guitar or bass, but we're going to try and, just keep her on vocals where we can. Phoebe, vocals and keyboard sometimes, and then Chris strictly on drums, because I don't think he can play anything else, and he likes to hit things. So this performance will take place at Cafe Indie on the 22nd of April this year, 2026. And we'll be putting on a show for about 30 minutes. And yeah, like I said before, it's a place that we're familiar with. And we got to know the venue well and the staff. So it'll give us less stress about worrying about the venue, so we can fully focus on the music and giving the best performance. So before we start doing all of this, I feel like us and the band will need a meeting to discuss what's the plans, what we're going to be doing, how can we put on the best performance, what songs are we going to do, how we're going to make it into our own. We'll mostly be doing cover songs, 9 times out of 10. Maybe we'll make our own, who knows. watch the performance to find out. Got a question?
About original and covers.
Yes.
I think that would you prefer to do more of your original stuff, material?
I'd like to, yeah.
So what do you think prevents that then? From doing more?
Well, to be fair, I've tried to give some of my songs to the band, but I don't think they liked them very much, if I'm honest. But I did mention that they could put their own spin on it, change it if they want, but last time it didn't really get anywhere, but maybe for the future we could actually work on it and try and get somewhere with it. And yeah, people can put their ideas into it as well.
Because it would be good for you to do more of your own material, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. But the covers, they keep the audience engaged because they know the songs, but it don't really matter. Yeah, can always mix it up.
You just have to be more persuasive, Obi.
Yeah. Give me a minute. During these sessions, we will practice songs and come up with other ideas that we could do for the performance, like stage presence.
So on stage presence then, because I noticed, so through past performances and stuff like that, there's not a lot of attention spent on stage presentation, is there?
Yeah, no.
How do you think you could maybe focus on that a bit more and make it a bit more presentable, if you like?
Well, I've got that later in the.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you later. I'm planning to use a mix of my own research and information that's already available. For the stuff I'm doing myself, I'll be putting together some questionnaires to hear what people around me think, to give us a better idea of what we could do from a different perspective.
Your questionnaire then, how are you going to do, what form would it be? Are you going to use forms online, or are you going to print them off and give them to people?
I'm just going to go up to them in person. I'm asking questions.
And how are you going to record that then?
What do you mean?
Well, if you've got some questions, are you going to print off the questionnaire and write it down the answers, or are you going to do it in a form? How are you going to? Because you're going to find it hard to remember it.
I've got the questions on here.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah. For the other side of the research, I'll be watching different live performance, both ours and other bands, to get ideas on how to improve things like stage presence and the overall performance. For my own practice, I can research certain techniques or grooves or rhythm to help me get better and keep it different and new. Once project's done, we'll get back at everything we've done and review how the final performance went. That'll help us work out what's improved and what still needs more work on for next time. This is man's evaluation. To be sure I'm making progress from this project, that is a tongue twister, I will be keeping weekly diaries that track it so I can look at what went well, the progress I've made, and what needs to be done next week. My band will also film the rehearsals so we can review our progress and see what we can do next, what can be improved. We'll also try and get feedback from band members, see what they think of our rehearsals, see what we can do.
When you say try, what do you mean try?
We will. We're not going to try, we will. This will be good for us to have an audience perspective. We'll also perform the live performance at the end and yeah, evaluate that for our next performance, see what we can do better. Here I've linked some guitar techniques that I'm going to be learning. Got guitar techniques from beginner, intermediate and advanced. Metal guitar riffs that I haven't really done much of that, so it'll be good for me to learn that. Some Jimi Hendrix, I like him a lot because he combines rhythm and lead, which was a major breakthrough in the guitar community, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Just another beginners to advanced, and another. Yeah, like I said, a technique that stood out to me was Hendrix's technique. Because normally during the live performance, you'd have two guitarists, a rhythm and a lead, but he was able to play both, which was astonishing, as it says. And people really like that, I guess. For my stage presence, I've also linked some. So I've got Def Leppard in Las Vegas from this year, just the highlights. The 10 best live music performances, apparently, of 2025. Live awards performance 2028. I don't know what that's on about because I don't come yet. Got Bruno Mars and Rose performing Apata, which was quite a fun watch. And we've also got Jack Harlow. And it's nice to see people from different genres that's not just rock or anything. Got rap, which I like I've said before, and maybe we can put that into our performance where needs be. After reviewing big artists' stage presence, there's a clear difference between artists with a small following compared to a big following. The ones that have a big following are clearly more advanced with their stage presence when it comes to it. They know how to put on a good show, and it proves why they are famous. People get what they came to see, and big names don't disappoint. When reviewing, I can see that they are fully into the music. They are the music. They move with the music and completely match the vibe. And that's what you want when you're putting on a performance. That's what people want to see. There's never a dull moment in their performance, and they keep you engaged, and there's always something to look at, something new all the time. Whether that be rocking your head while playing the guitar, playing back to back with another band member, making big gestures when hitting cymbals and doing stick tricks, or getting up close to the audience to sing. For my next research, I'll be setting up some questions to ask people about our band and what we could do better. The questions are as follows. Have you seen the Shrugs perform live before? If so, what do you think of them? If you were in control, what would you change about their stage presence? What would you rate their performance on a scale of 1 to 10? Did you notice any mistakes in their last performance? Do you like their song choices? Does the music they play suit their appearance? Do you feel entertained when you see them live? Do the members play their instruments well? Things like that. And here we've just got some diaries, what I plan to do for the weeks coming. So for this, I'll begin developing the project proposal, start by outlining the rationale behind my project, explaining the reasons for choosing this area of focus. I will then provide an overview of what the project will involve and highlight any potential changes I may need to address, forming the basis of my project concept. And then I will reflect on my progress so far and outline the steps intended to take moving forward as part of my evaluation. Altogether, these 3 sections will be written to a target of about 850 words in order to meet the criteria for a distinction. We've also got some resources there that we'll need. I'll need a project proposal template, Word, internet access, a computer, and for the equipment, I'm going to need a guitar lead, I'm going to need a guitar, I'm going to need a bass sometimes, depending on what I'm playing. I'll need an amp, I'll need guitar picks, and maybe a capo. I'm just going to skip to the next one. For the next week, I'll probably still be doing my project proposal. I've already completed the rationale, project concept, and evaluation sections, and will now shift my focus to gathering research materials for my webliography/bibliography as part of my research approach. I will create a questionnaire using Microsoft Forms and ask my peers to complete it, providing valuable primary data for my project, and also got some resources there, like project proposal, template, Word, internet, computer, rehearsal equipment. For the next one, I'll still be collecting resources from our webliography and bibliography. I'll plan to get a wide range of secondary research materials like videos, websites, blogs, magazines, books, interviews. My primary research, I'll begin writing about my personal experiences, past concerts which I've attended, which will support the research required for task 2. Yeah. The next week, right now I'm delivering my project proposal. The deadline is set for tomorrow, so I'm doing it the day before. Once presentation is completed on Thursday, Friday we'll return to a normal collaborative rehearsal so we can actually start fully working on the music and stop worrying about all this writing and actually play. Next week I'll probably still be focusing on the research and develop my writing on past concerts I've attended by analysing the artist stage presence, the atmosphere and the overall vibe. Gonna need some resources for that too, like the research resources. Obviously need internet and a computer and rehearsal equipment. Next week I'll be completing the write-ups, and for my secondary research I will continue analysing the resources outlined in my project and my proposed materials from task 1, particularly those focused on guitar techniques. Jimi Hendrix is a pretty hard technique to learn, so I'm going to need to be learning it a lot. When we're doing band rehearsals, we'll continue to refine the set list, make any adjustments needed that could make the performance better, and yeah. Next, I'll still be looking at YouTube videos, see each artist and see what each artist does to make their stage presence unique. Maybe try and see what we can do to make us unique. Let's go to the next one. For this week, I'm still reading books written by musical artists that I already own. Recently been listening to a Dave Grohl audiobook, which is pretty cool. He's had a pretty exciting musical life. Highly recommend it for any musician. Yeah, for one of the last weeks, I'll be finishing the autobiographies I've been reading and listening to. By the time I complete all the books, we will be entering the final stretch of preparations for the final major project performance. This means I will have plenty of time to practice individually, prepare myself for the performance, and continue developing as a group. The final phase will allow us to identify what we can improve on, as well as recognize the strengths we already have as a band. Any questions?
Any questions, anybody? No, that's it, well done.
Peace.